caught up. Somebody could have got caught up, or a divine masculine, like, he was in an emotional state that he didn't realize what was going on. But now that he's caught up to it, because it's like the things that he did, it wouldn't cause this type of reaction. Like, yeah, putting their little spells together, mixing the wrong ingredient. Divine Masculine was doing his own thing, and it sounds similar to what the karmics were doing. So they just tied his energy into it. And because what he was doing, it's like he was confirming what the karmics were accusing him of doing, but his confirmation was different from what he was actually confirming. Like blowing bubbles, you think it's with the soap bubbles, but it's really with gum type stuff. Just ask, and only on camera. So the masculine, okay, so at first they came to an agreement that it was for entertainment only, but then, things weren't going how this karmic feminine wanted it to go, because they were trying to get divine feminine to become bisexual so they could, they lean more towards females than they do men. But when they started receiving energy from these men, knowing that they were messing with somebody else, they wanted to cut out the middleman, because they don't like men like that. They like females. But the only way to get to the female is through that man. But yeah, he realizing, like, okay, because this karmic could have been using divine feminine's energy to tell divine masculine things like this than the other, because divine feminine is not in communications with him. So when he found out that she, I'm gonna take that, not in communications, he finna piss me off. Good things coming, protected, and worried about a foundation. So he thought by choosing this karmic that he would, you have two options. One of the options, like how it look versus how it sounds, he feel like because she looked this type of way, or the way that she act and carry herself, she, but he never seen divine feminine carry herself that way until she went on this healing process. It says communicate but don't repeat what you hear. And that's another reason why this masculine didn't see anything wrong with the situation, because he figured divine feminine was just trying to keep it on the hush. But then he noticed it's like, I don't know, something different. I don't know. Saying that when talking about divine feminine, okay, so when the karmic wanted divine masculine to use divine feminine's energy, she put him into a negative thought process first and then brought up divine feminine. So then when divine feminine calls on divine masculine, he's telling her this, that, and the third, and it's like, dang, why you acting, and that's what caused the up and down confusion, the emotional roller coaster, all that stuff like that, to the point where ain't nobody got time for that. What are you passionate about? Have you worked towards that? People be envious and jealous of what you have, not knowing the work that you put into it. Like summer school, like just because school is out don't mean that you stop learning. You still gotta educate your mind, refresh, like, I don't know, apply what you learned throughout the summer, your journey. Yeah. So you took time, your spiritual journey, you took time to learn yourself. Now you know what you will and won't allow. You noticed how people will finesse you for the benefit of themselves without caring about you, as long as they got what they needed. Balance, leadership for... So the reason this masculine skipped divine feminine was because he was not ready, and he wanted to make sure that he wouldn't cross any lines or boundaries or lose out on divine feminine. So he was with this karmic because like he knew that something was wrong with him once he broke up with his, it's just a lot of realization that went on with this masculine when he got with this karmic feminine after leaving. And then he felt like this divine feminine was hanging out with these people that, or I don't know, but as a man, when you have multiple females, of course you're not going to know. And then those females are, if they are toxic, they do stuff to the potential person that you're looking towards, going towards. And the stuff that they doing to these masculines, they do it to females too and stuff. But protection, okay, so personally speaking, not knowing the paternity, like everything that happened within this third party was supposed to happen. And everybody learned it's a lot. Okay, so a lesson could have been learned, but each person learned a different lesson. So whatever lesson you learned from this third party may not be what the other person needed to have learned, but it all plays a part, because now people are waking up to the issues that they you only get triggered by it because you haven't dealt with it. So overprotective, it was meant to happen. So the masculine, he's saying like he getting tired of going through this process with females and all type of sorts. So what he wanted to do was see how, when you think he not looking, how will you carry yourself? And he's getting downloads about who he's supposed to be with, and he learning how to trust his instincts and pay attention to his body and all that stuff like that too.